Everton D-Day for Lamps and Pereira. The sun ant on deck for Lampard. Frank plans to recruit top-rated Chelsea coach Anthony Barry. I don't know Anthony Barry if he gets the Everton job. What do you reckon, Trev? Is that a good fit, Frank? Everton?
I think it's a great fit. I think if you look at what he did at Derby, bringing young players through, if you look at what he did at Chelsea until they had that big war chest to spend money, he was getting it right at Chelsea. I think he just didn't have the tools or the experience to put that jigsaw together once he got all them big names in. And the results dipped and he got fired, which is, it goes with the Chelsea model. But I feel what he did before that, he earned his stripes and he's shown that he was a capable operator. I think when you're talking about Frank, obviously I played with Frank when he came through. He's a class act. What he's achieved in the game, I think he earns respect as soon as he walks in the door. I think the fans will accept him and welcome him to Goodison Park. And I think when you've got an academy like Finch Farm, which Everton have, and the players that have come through there, just Rooney for one, you've got to utilise that. And I think that's the bread and butter of any proper club. And if they start utilising players that come through at Finch Farm, and Anthony Gordon came on against Villa, I was doing the commentary, he was the best player on the pitch, never mind best player on the Everton.
Energy.
Quality as well, though, Al. He's brave, he understands the DNA and the culture at the football club, and he came on, he really tried to change that game. Unfortunately, they couldn't get back into the game, but I think if Frank goes in there, it will be a breath of fresh air and he will turn it around. He's not going there to make the numbers up.
He's going there to be successful. I went to Everton as a kid.
Did you?
On trial. But I got injured on Saturday playing for my boys' club.
How old was you then, Al?
15. I went to Belfield, wasn't it, Trev, the training ground before Finch Farm?
Yeah, I can't remember. I actually can't remember it, yeah.
And what happened? You got injured?
No, I just had a look round and then... no, I got injured on Saturday, so I went down there just to look round. And I went to... where else did I go? Crikey, I should remember. I was asked to go to Manchester United when I was a kid, but it was too late. It was August time and I wanted to be... And I'd been to Ipswich a few times and I just loved Ipswich.
Well, lucky you did go to Ipswich, wasn't it?
Yeah, well,
because you never met your lovely wife, Jill.
Yeah. You're right. So, and we got the UEFA Cup reunion in May coming up as well. That's 41 years, so a few of the boys will be there. It'll be great.
Trevor, let me just ask you about Everton again. Do you think it's come into their heads that Duncan Ferguson could possibly have it to the end of the season, and then they can assess the situation and say, okay, there might be a few more managers available at that period of time?
I think it may be results related, because obviously he's lost his first one. Last time he got the job, he got 5 points from 3 games, a really good win as well at Goodison. I was there doing the commentary with Sam, and there was a buzz about the stadium. I think everybody at the club wanted him to do well. So I think if the results go well for him, that could be the case. But I'm not sure he's going to get that same bounce. I would expect. You look at the players that are coming back from injury. I know Dominic CalvertLewin's had 2 or 3 games now, but he's still not quite up to speed. But when he starts scoring goals, I think they'll start winning. Alan's back. I think Yerry Mina's back. They've got a lot of key players down the spine of the team back in the team. So I think the results are going to come anyway. I do think they're too good to go down. They've got too many talented players, but they need to get a move on.
You mentioned Calvert-Lewin there. Do you think there's any chance that someone at the last minute is going to come in from?
Potentially.
I'm thinking Arsenal,
Yeah, I think there's been rumours, and why not? 21 goals last season, player of the season. He's at a good age, 23, 24. He's got the lot, hasn't he? He's improved. He's had a really thorough upbringing. He's played non-league in the Northwest Leagues and Evo Stick, and then he's been on loan, and he's earned his stripes. He's an England international when he's fit.
Well, Trevor, let me tell you, as I glanced to my left, there was a nonchalant shake of the head from someone to my left there when I mentioned that.
It'd be a lot of money, and I don't think Everton can afford to sell their best striker at this present time. I think they won't be willing to sell him, because they're still. You've got to be careful they don't go down. They are in trouble. There's no doubt about it. I think they will stay up as well, by the way. But you can't be affording to sell
I thought it was you just didn't rate them highly.
No, not at all. I just want to ask Trevor about Pereira as well. Did you see the interview, Trev? What do you make of it?
Well, I think, he came across like he was hungry. He understands, he's done his due diligence. He understands the city, he understands the history at Everton Football Club. And when you look at it from the outside, I think he is a kind of Mashiri manager, because he's won things in the past, and if you look at the managers that he's hired, they're all managers that have won things in the past. So out of the three real big contenders, Frank, Duncan, and Pereira, you would say he has the edge. I don't know whether it did him any favours going on Sky doing the interview.
I didn't mind that. Sammy Jordan agrees with you, Trev. And in fact, that's the only time he agrees with you. But he agreed with you, and he felt he didn't do himself any good. But I thought he was honest and frank, and I think he was. Hold on a minute, why don't you want me? I think he was saying, look at my CV, you don't know me. Yeah. Have a look.
But there's a saying as well, loose lips sink ships, Al. And I think when you're having negotiations, it should be private. And keep everything private until a deal is done. And I just feel going in and doing that interview on Sky. Yeah, he revealed himself. He did come across well. I don't think he hurt himself in that respect. But I just think
should be confidential.
Going for a huge job, it should be quiet.
Trev, before I break for travel, Jesse Lingard. What does Jesse have to do to get out of United?
Well, I've seen his quotes. It's almost like Manchester United don't rate him enough to play him, but they're scared that he's going to go and leave and leave Manchester United with egg on the face. What a terrible situation for him to be in, because he loves the club. He's been there through the academy. I think he'll be a top player. If he goes to Newcastle, I think he'll excite the fans. He'll have an effect. We've seen what he did the last 3 or 4 months of last season at West Ham. I think he'll be a superb signing. I'd like him to go back to West Ham because of the impact he had there and how well he kind of got the group together and the spirit within the squad, which I think remains from Jesse Lingard's time at the club. But I think if he goes to Newcastle, I think he could be the difference in them going down and staying up.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.